ended up being lymphoma. So I had to drop out of college and just do treatments and everything from there.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school at?
Southern Illinois, Edwardsville.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's cool. We should probably record this now.
Yeah, trust me, I got all kinds of stuff we can talk about.
I know.
I got all kinds of stories.
So how old are you then?
I am 30. I'll be 31 in May.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate you. My dad, big cannabis guy his whole life. My mom, not so much. So I definitely got the cannabis influence from my dad, just being around it, finding it when I was a little kid.
I got you.
Cheech and Chong references, watching Half Baked, all the good stuff.
Yep. That's awesome.
Things and important facts like what snacks give you gas. They're the place that you want to go. DICK&Dank.com.
I dig it.
DICK&Dank.com.
Welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. Dick and I are here in the Kentucky Oasis, as I like to call it, I think is the latest term.
What's up?
Yeah, how are things?
Things are good.
Things are good.
Busy as fuck.
Busy as fuck. No, it's very, well, you are busy as fuck. I do know that for a lot of reasons. I don't know how many you want to share with, personal and business-wise, but you are busy as fuck. And growing the weed, which I love, which brings us together.
Yep.
And our special guest today, who I ran into at the dispensary while shopping. I purchased this product here, Tales and Travels by Revolution Infused Ground Flower. I do like the infused. We've talked about that before. And that's what I put in your sex toy, as you like to call it. It's mac and cheese, THC testing here at 50.23%.
Nice.
Yes, I have already had some. Not today, but it is delicious. But our guest today is the general manager of Revolution Dispensary here in the Quad Cities, Devon Gamboe. Welcome, and please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about you, your experience in the cannabis industry, there at the dispensary and personal and whatever. Let's hear about you.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate having me out today. Devon Gamboe, born and raised here locally in Moline, Illinois. I started my cannabis career experience kind of unexpectedly. I, believe it or not, wanted to graduate high school and be a pediatric orthodontist. And in the middle of my first semester freshman year at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, I got super sick. So sick I couldn't make it to class. I couldn't get out of bed. Essentially dropped out of that whole first semester, just medically withdrew because I couldn't make it. Doctors ended up finding out I had lymphoma. I'm no longer going to be a pediatric orthodontist. I am now going to be some major cannabis industry guru, believe it or not. Fast forward.
You thought that at the time?
Believe it or not, I didn't at the time, but about a year later when cannabis was helping me get through my chemotherapy and things like that, in the back of my mind, I did say, if I survive this, I do want to go into the cannabis industry and make a profession out of it. I'm not going back to college. I'm not doing 8 years of that stuff. I've studied this so much at that point to help myself stop the nausea and vomiting and things that it was my passion from there. I'd been doing nothing but laying in a hospital bed, Googling all this stuff on how to help myself and feel better and things like that, that I thought, why not, bounce back and do this for a profession? And I really didn't think it would lead to this, but yeah, here I am, the general manager of my hometown dispensary. Thankfully, the wonderful company Revolution Cannabis decided to plant one right here, and they were awesome enough to let me run it.
So what year roughly was this then?
2013 was when I really started to get sick.
Okay.
Diagnosed officially and started doing treatments in 2014.
So this was before it was legal in Illinois then?
Yeah, it was still, I was still actually black market trying to find, healthy organic cannabis to make my own edibles because I didn't combust for a while just because of the issues that chemotherapy, had effect on my lungs and things like that. But this year I'm 11 years in remission. I've had no issues since then. It actually got so bad at one point, doctors had me go to Houston to MD Anderson to get a second opinion.
Oh, shit.
Because it went refractory. So we did 8 treatments of chemotherapy, and then it blew up. It doubled in size. It got way worse. It increased the stage. It went to different organs in my body. Oh, shit. So, yeah, the one doctor here locally was like, sorry, bud, I think you just signed your one-way ticket to heaven. And my mom looked at him and basically said, fuck you, we're going to Houston.
Yeah.
God bless my mother, love her to death. I wouldn't be here without her.
Right.
Shout out, Mom.
Right. Way to go, Mom.
Yeah.
Right?
So Mom drugged me to Houston. We met some really cool doctors down there who were treating like princes from, the Middle East and family of royalty and things like that. And they wrote me up a little chemo recipe and said, go back to the wonderful University of Iowa and let the Hawkeye doctors treat you. And shout out the University of Iowa. They saved my life. I did.
Save mine too.
Yeah.
How about that?
My boys.
I love that. They've saved, quite a few of my friends and family as well. Shout out those doctors there. But yeah, man, it's a lot more than what I just spouted off in the last 2 minutes. There's other chapters and other places I worked for, and I moved away to Michigan, and I grew for Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. I'm sure people want to hear about that.
Fuck yes. That's awesome.
Yeah, so cannabis has given me a whole second look at life. I wanted to be a children's dentist, really help those little kids, not be afraid of the scary dentist, and I got turned around upside down, and cannabis really helped my chemotherapy, cancer treatment experience. Work. My doctor told me, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because you're staying strong, you're gaining weight, you're going for walks, you're eating food. You're doing better than most people do during this stuff. So whatever is working, it's working.
That's something all three of us here have in common.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why this podcast is here. And keep talking about it, praising it, and you get to work right in it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Talk about QC cannabis industry here. The very first dispensary in the Quad Cities was Nature's Treatment of Illinois. The very first employee at Nature's Treatment of Illinois was Devon Gamboe, myself.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, I actually saw an article in the paper. Matt Stern had won the license, and he was going to get a plot of land and open up his dispo. I knew someone that was friends with him just through parents, and I said, hey, can I go to lunch with your dad by chance and maybe talk to Matt and see if he wants to hire, for a bud tender? I went out and kind of pitched my story to Matt a little bit, told him what I'd been through. I think I was a year in remission at that point. And he looked at me off the side of his stool and said, you're my new general manager.
No shit.
Right then on the spot. Damn. Zero cannabis experience besides black market and helping myself, in the hospital bed per se. And he trusted me. So.
And you're a go-getter.
Yeah.
That's a stoner.
Yeah.
You know what? That's back to back, because the last guy, Jeff Singson, the same thing, from illegal selling, growing stuff, because believing in the product for one, regular user, you have to believe in the product. And now, why doesn't everybody have it? I don't care what happens. I'm going to do it illegally to get it out there. And now, thank you, the state of Illinois, we get to do it legally.
Right.
And now we get to tell the world, and you being the first here, I'd like to think we're the first Quad City podcast talking about weed.
We're probably not, but
someone that I know. From
we
the
tell
people
people.
I talk to.
We consider ourselves pioneers around here.
That's
There
right.
you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fuck around and find out.
About 2013-ish, I was a paramedic, and I was working out here, and I picked up this lady that had, MS.
Yeah.
And so I'm, we're going through her medicines, and she had Vicodin or something. And I was like, okay, what do you take the Vicodin for? And she's like, well, I don't take it. I go, okay, what do you have it for? MS. I was like, okay, well, I take weed for that. And I'm like, whoa, back up. Wait, what a minute. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea, but she was the same way you are. Her son every week went and bought weed off of the street, and risked getting thrown in jail or shot or whatever to help his mom out.
Yeah, I really want to give credit to the patients over the last 50 years who have, needed the medicine and not necessarily taken the stigma or however the police look at it as, fact. They know what has helped them all these years get to it, and it's become a generational, a tradition at this point. Like, how long did the war on drugs last?
Right.
70 years. It's still going on, but at one point, my friends were getting locked up for literally smoking a joint at the park. And now anyone at the age of 21 can go down and purchase that themselves, consume responsibly at home, and it's fine. It's no longer that taboo that it used to be.
Right.
It was cool to be a part of that and come up through the Quad Cities transitioning from, 1 gram, boom, you're arrested in the paper on the news, to 1 gram, hey, you put at the dispensary, that's your medicine, I hope it makes you feel better.
Right. Dude, I bought my dad gummies the other day.
Absolutely.
He's 74 years old.
Oh, my grandpa, he uses the pain stick. It's just like a glue stick that has, pain relieving properties in it.
Yep.
Use it for rheumatoid arthritis, things like that. He's 91, has bone-on-bone knees. I have a voicemail on my phone I need to bring up sometime. It says, hey, Devon, just wanted to call and let you know that lotion really works. I mowed my whole yard by hand today. I don't even feel like I have knees.
No shit.
Yeah, it's funny, the voicemails I have saved that are like, cannabis supporting things.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
cool.
using lotion on my shoulder. Except I was painting, and then I put some of that on. I was like, man, it just
I mean,
great.
so yeah, I was a stoner in high school, but obviously my medical excursions took me into, the depths of it. And
Sure.
Matt Stern at Nature's Treatment, the dispensary he was licensed for first was medical only. So you had to, Illinois medical when it started out was super strict. You had to have cancer, like something serious to really get in before they added, chronic pain and things like that. So I want to say, the first 1,000 patients that we saw at Nature's Treatment were all close to terminal or had conditions that are never going away the rest of their life, and it affects their daily ability. So it was cool to not necessarily be selling pot to stoners. I was literally introducing cannabis to grandmas and pastors and doctors and lawyers who had retired, retired police department people, sheriffs and stuff, who their whole lives they had been mindset on this is bad, it's demonized, let's arrest these people. And now because they need it to help their quality of life, they've erased that whiteboard and they're looking at it as, wow, my nausea went away. I haven't puked 100 times a day. I kid you not, my first couple chemo treatments, especially when I went into my next regimens, it wouldn't be uncommon to throw up 100 times a day, laying on my bedroom floor, hugging a trash can, filling a bag. And if you're not puking, you're dry heaving.
Right.
One hit of a joint, that sensation goes away for 8 hours, and you don't even know what that exists like. As soon as your high wears off, oh, man, I'm getting a little queasy again. I start
So you did smoke it for that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you, I don't mean to cut you off. You first started making edibles, though?
I smoked at first just in high school and things like that
that's
for
right.
fun.
This
Yep.
is when you... Okay,
Yep, and
I'm
then I
sorry.
made some edibles there towards the end of high school. But when I got sick, my doctor right off the bat, when we just found out, didn't know what was going on. My mom's a registered nurse too, so you got to imagine the kind of stuff she's throwing at me.
Yep.
Devon, you're going to do chemotherapy. Some of it's toxic to your heart. You're going to do radiation. Some of that's toxic to your heart. You cannot smoke. Whatever you do not smoke. So, first 3 months, I respected it. I didn't smoke. I made edibles. And it would help me, but the relief wasn't as instant. You had to wait 45 minutes to 2 hours for it to kick in. Well, when we went to Houston, to MD Anderson, and they told me it had advanced stages and, it's gotten really bad, and here's the other treatment you want to do. My mom and I came home from Houston. I want to say it was pretty close to New Year's Eve that year, and I was so sick laying on my bedroom floor, crying, just basically they told me, if we don't get this figured out 30 days, your heart's going to be compromised. I'm in a black hole in my head.
Right.
My mom goes to my stepdad's safe and pulls out a wax pen that she confiscated from me a year back and 1 gram of hash oil. And she gives it to me and says, if this will make you feel better, I hope it works. I went and sat with my whole family that night and had a normal dinner and smiled and laughed and talked about everything besides cancer. Like I wasn't even sick.
Fucking hats off to mom, because that takes a lot for a mom to
a
go,
registered nurse.
right, to be like, hey, this is...
And my mom's as strong-willed as any woman I know. She, she stands on what she believes in. That day she looked at me and she goes, I can't deny this. Like, you went from 30 minutes ago, PTSD, locked down, crying in your room, I couldn't talk to you, to you're telling your uncle jokes right now.
That's awesome.
I haven't seen you smile in, months. Like, this is a real thing. We still talk about that. And that was the big turning point for her, it's not bad. It does have good properties to it. And she started to really support me after that and what I wanted to do with it. So when I started to get better and we saw that article, Matt Stern opening that, she's like, go for that. You
cool.
go get it. And that's probably where I get my go-getterness from, is my mom, honestly.
I got you.
But I get the
That's off to mom again.
Right.
Mom's a badass. I'm not gonna lie. Dad's awesome
have
too.
her
That would be interesting. Dad's awesome
I'm
too.
for it.
He's a super big cannabis enthusiast. He's actually in Kentucky breeding horses right now.
Like, he's not actually... He's doing he's artificially,
but they're flying in from Australia and stuff. So
was
it's
trying to
you're getting $1
describe
million baby horses, man. So yeah,
Christ.
he's it's a whole different gig. But he's smoking a joint, hitting a vape pen in between them.
That's fucking awesome. That is awesome. Wow.
Yep. But yeah, shout out mom big time, honestly. Wouldn't be here without her. But obviously shout out the plant. Cannabis has given me the want and wherewithal to continue to do this and help other people. And I don't plan on stopping.
Did you ever try the Rick Simpson oil?
I was making it on my porch, man.
Now did you use that for your cancer
Yeah.
too? Okay.
So that's when people were sending me all these articles, cureyourowncancer.org. I don't know how many people sent me that. It's Rick Simpson's website that teaches you how to take, a pound of cannabis and a bottle of Everclear and turn it down into a small syringe of black oil that's just concentrated cannabinoids. I made that on my porch with a crock pot and a fan, and mom supported that too.
Do you think that helped with the cancer, or do you think that helped more with the side effects?
It helps so much with symptom relief and side effects.
Okay.
But I can't deny or necessarily prove that it didn't help or hurt the cancer. But
Fair.
what my doctor said at University of Iowa is whatever you're doing, keep it up. Because I had a stem cell transplant March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. That I was in the University of Iowa for 30 days when they did that.
No shit.
Yeah, and I went from having zero immune system whatsoever, 0.0 white blood cell count. For the next 100 days, I had to stay in my room and like slowly recuperate at home. About the 90th day, I started eating RSO candies that a friend had made for me. And when I went back to get my levels checked, they had doubled. And they were like surprised that I had bounced back so fast and I was out of the red area. So I don't have true documented scientific proof, but whatever I did worked. And I'm here 11 years later when they told me I might have 30 days at one point. So
Whatever works.
hey, it worked.
That's
Weed.
fucking cool.
Here for a reason.
Yes.
It cures us,
Kind of giving me goosebumps.
right?
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
That's what
Awesome.
we're preaching. It was here in the Garden of Eden. It's here for a reason. It's for everybody. We're trying to figure out the different terpenes. And,
Yeah, they want to call it devil's lettuce. Let's call it God's gift. I mean, there's
Exactly.
there's a
I
strain
saw
called
Christ
that.
cabbage.
Oh, I like
I've
that
seen
too.
that
Christ
before.
cabbage. I
Yeah.
like it.
I like
Yep.
that too. Yeah.
I
New
tried.
term.
I swore I was going to start using Christ cabbage, but then I forgot and went back to devil's lettuce. So whatever.
Seems more fun.
Maybe we
I
can
don't
get
know
Christ cabbage going. That can be a Dick and Dank thing.
Did you see I put that on the website?
No, I didn't.
If you go to the website and after so many seconds, an auto chat bot pops up, if you have any questions, it says something about tell us how you enjoy the devil's lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
no
That's
kidding.
you guys invited me to the site to hit you up, and I noticed that right off the bat. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we're new to this, the website, so that goes right to my phone. I'm the only one I think that sees that. So.
It comes to my email. So
Okay, if I miss it, at least he can remind me. That's good.
Right.
But we see it, that's for sure.
Hey, it works. It got me here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Quad City Cannabis has been a crazy ride. Nature's Treatment popped up. We got it going hardcore for 3 years, medical only. And right before it switched to recreational, I decided I wanted to learn how to grow. So I quit and I went to GTI in Rock Island. And I got an entry-level grow laborer job, just hucking dirt out of pots and sweeping up floors. But there wasn't a whole lot of staff there that had a lot of ambition. So within 2 months, I was a lead of the whole cultivation, working right underneath the head and the assistant grower.
no shit.
The head grower got fired. Now there's nobody. So they're like, kind of had me as the interim, your cultivation lead, not head grower. We're not going to pay you for that, obviously, but
Of course.
Right.
take care of business, baby.
Right.
So trial by fire, you have to learn how to do it. GTI is a huge company. They're flower line Rhythm, Dog Walkers, Incredibles, Mary's Medicinals. They're a very successful company, but they started out with 2 little tiny flower rooms that when I joined weren't doing so hot. So I really got to learn from, putting the fire out from the bottom up and rebuilding clean and keeping it clean. And that's where I learned how to grow. So I took that, ran with that for 3 years, helped them expand from 2 flower rooms. I want to say like 31 flower rooms.
Holy shit.
We had almost 100,000 plants in the facility by the time I left.
Is this locally?
At Rock Island, out there on Turkey Hollow Road.
Wow.
Yeah, there was about almost 300 employees when I left there. But I left there to go to Michigan for an opportunity to be the assistant head grower for Highway Horticulture in Michigan, who owned the contract for Belushi Farms.
Okay.
So Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd have their own brand. They wanted to launch it in Michigan. This guy got the license, got their contract, hired me.
So is that their genetics from Oregon? Okay.
Yeah, we did have a couple of their genetics from there. Garlic Mints, Lemon Vuitton, LA Kush Cake, XJ13. There was a couple of them that were really good that were just staples for him. So he makes sure that all of his state facilities have it. But then we also did a giant phenotype hunt where we popped 2,800 different seeds. And over the course of a year, I narrowed those 2,800 plants down to 30 keepers, which that company is still running now, and they're awesome strains.
That's cool.
But that was a really cool experience. I got to learn basically dispensing from ground up medical and then cultivation from ground up, and then got to go to a new state and do it for some celebrity people. So that was a really awesome experience. But Michigan,
When you say celebrity, do it for celebrity people that want to get into the weed business would have hired you or the company you work for.
yeah, so the company hired me, but they were essentially contracted by Jim Belushi, Dan Aykroyd. And Jim's whole thing is his brother passed away.
Right.
From overdose, obviously, forever ago.
Yep.
John Belushi. So his big thing is he wants to spread the good word of cannabis and the good word of God, and basically live his brother's legacy out. And if cannabis would have been legal in dispensaries back then, he swears that his brother wouldn't have overdosed and passed away. He would have had that legally to go to. Well, my uncle, he had the same issue. He was opiate overdose.
Okay.
I know for a fact if dispensaries were open 15 years ago, Uncle John would be probably sitting here smoking with us. You know,
I got
but
you.
tramadol 8 holes in his stomach. So Jim Belushi was really big on trying to get that across the whole United States. And I was very honored to be brought in with that in his Michigan location. I got to meet him personally, walk him around, show him the plants. He got to help pick plants. He got to help plant seeds.
Is he as cool as he looks on his show?
Maybe cooler.
No shit.
He's like your coolest uncle you have or something like that. You
Oh,
know?
fuck, I love hearing that.
Yeah, or your friend's coolest dad that you grew up with.
I love
That's how
hearing
it
that.
is, as you see.
Dude, he cracks jokes on you. The best thing he did to me was he goes, "You want a picture, brother?" I'm like, "Yeah, I would love one." He goes, "Give me your phone." I give him my phone. Asshole steps back and takes a picture of me, gives me my phone, and walks away. There, I took a picture for you. Turns around, smiles, gives me the finger guns, and goes, "I'm just fucking with you. Come here." And I got pictures with him, you know, arms around
That's
me, hanging out
cool.
and stuff. It was super cool. And he's super talented too. He's a musician. He plays the harmonica and he sings the blues.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
He did like a little 50-person intimate concert for us at a little barbecue bar. It was the coolest shit ever. For 3 hours, I sat, you know, from me to you away from Jim Belushi, just ripping the harmonica and
That's
singing
awesome.
with a really cool band. But I'm sure you guys know Michigan market was kind of black, you know, Wild Wild West there for a while, black market almost.
We don't know.
So they did a huge outdoor market.
tell us.
Right.
Michigan allowed a big outdoor market up there. Everybody could grow outdoor. So all of a sudden there is hundreds, if not thousands of pounds of really nasty, remediated, poorly grown, sun-grown cannabis in the dispensaries. $30 ounces, baby. That's all they see. $30 ounces.
Right.
Doesn't matter that it's not grown indoor and it's not full of mold and it hasn't been irradiated and things like that. It's just bulk fodder at this point, you know?
Right.
It's just feeding whatever. Like,
Yeah, it's dog
it
shit.
should be cow food.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Yeah, and probably not even good enough to be cow food.
Well,
Right.
hemp.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's trash. You should make shoes out of it if you want to, you know. But they're selling at the dispensaries $30 an ounce. So these high quality indoor grows that are trying to sell eighths for $30, how can you when you can get 7/8 more for the same price?
Right.
No one's looking at quality up there. They are now after they're getting burned after a while. But essentially, we thought we were going to be selling pounds, you know, $2,200 wholesale on the market. The first pounds that we released, the average was $300 to $500 a pound.
Holy cow.
So I spent a year busting my ass, training a crew of, you know, 20 people, getting them all trained up, doing this huge phenotype hunt, planting all these seeds, narrowing them down. Well, after a year and getting everything settled down and figured out, they're not making the money they thought they were going to. So they just got rid of me but kept all my IP and kept rocking with it. But you know what? Shout out to that company. They gave me my opportunity and that resume builder that allowed Revolution to look at me and say, you know what? This dude's done everything on both sides, seeds to sale. I trust him to run this dispensary. So they offered me the assistant general manager job, took that, ran with it. After a year, my boss just recently decided to go to Ohio and take a cultivation director job, a retail director job, I'm sorry, and he kind of passed the buck on to me. I was sitting there, you know, ready to interview for it right off the spot, and my whole team underneath me basically shouted out me to the retail corps and was like, please make Devon the boss. We want him.
That's cool.
Don't let anybody else come in.
That's cool.
And nobody batted an eye.
That's awesome.
They let me take it over. So it's been about 6 weeks now, 2 months almost, that I've been running it, and the team at Rev's awesome. They give great customer service.
They got good weed.
I tell you what, if they
we
don't,
both shop there often.
if they don't give you great customer service, let me know and I'll make sure the next time they do, and you'll get a little discount off it too.
You mentioned the.
Oh wait, we get a discount off? They're all horrible.
Terrible,
How
terrible.
much of
Hey,
a discount?
if you say it's better, I'll give you a better discount.
Oh shit. They're the best.
There we go.
Well, you mentioned all the shit weed that's grown outdoors, but then you also mentioned quality product.
Yeah.
I see that you have brought some
Yeah.
quality products. Got your label on there. I recognize it, of course.
Yeah,
Black
so
label. So what have you brought for us?
I got a little treat for us. Today we dropped 2 new genetics on the market. I'm not actually sure if they're on the market yet or not, but general manager
That's
gets
right.
a sneak peek exclusive preview.
It's going to be delayed, so
There
it's
we
probably
go.
out there by the time this.
Yeah, that gives me an excuse. Anyway, general manager sneak preview. I've got Closet Gremlin, which is an indica dominant hybrid. It's going to be GMO crossed as secret weapon crossed to cookies and cream.
Damn.
Yeah, don't feed it after midnight. Don't get it wet. You don't know what it'll do.
I like it.
Next one I got is called Spicy Dunker. It's the Michelada crossed to the secret weapon crossed to cookies and cream. This one looks beautiful, and I'm excited for this one. It's an Oreos cross. So that secret weapon cookies and cream, that is Oreos essentially. They just don't want to use it like Starburst and Skittles. Everybody who called a cannabis strains an actual food product name got sued eventually.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
They spell it differently, doesn't that count?
the Z doesn't matter, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They still come back around and say it's too close. So eventually they get their money out of it.
We're learning.
Yeah. So if you see that,
Well, but I think it's a compliment because you're saying taste like, taste the rainbow. What else am I going to say?
yeah,
Skittles, I mean.
Right.
yeah,
I mean, I didn't say that.
right.
With the Z.
Skittles.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So we got the spicy dunker in the closet gremlin here, and I'm trying to decide which one to grind up and roll first. But
So you're gonna roll old style or
yeah.
old school?
Oh yeah.
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I'm a roller for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's from seeing my dad. My dad and I started smoking weed in high school. Mom, don't listen, and she knows. And my
But
dad.
she supported it the whole way, so.
After a couple years, but she supports it now. But the old school, just Cheech and Chong, no filter joint, just 2-finger roll up. My dad twists one in 20 seconds, we'll light it up, and I started rolling them with mouthpieces in them, like you see the cones, the pre-packs, and we just kind of always go back and forth.
That's
but
what I use. By
yeah,
the way.
yeah, the cone, yep. So I roll mine like a cone.
Okay.
But I can make them bigger. I can put rosin, hash, and things like that in them too.
No shit.
Yeah.
What is that noise?
It's the Google speaker. She can't find the Wi-Fi, apparently.
Oh,
But
I was like, who is here? Who's talking to us?
Just Alexa,
somebody.
Right.
just AI.
So, yeah, and this is interesting because I think I've yet to really try to roll a joint.
I've never.
I mean, I've attempted a little bit, but then lick it. And I think this was back when it was in high school. I tried to roll a tobacco cigarette. I
Yeah.
think just to play around with it. And
So
that was it.
honestly, that's what I saw get rolled first. Was my dad rolled his own cigarettes when I was in probably 5th grade. I watched this man sit with a TV tray while I played Spyro on PlayStation 1 and roll 200 tobacco cigarettes. Save him money and not have to buy a carton anymore.
Jeez, old school tough.
Yep.
Who's taking pictures?
Oh, I should probably take pictures. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter who takes pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys having me out. This is a cool experience, cool opportunity.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Anyone watching or listening, obviously go down to Revolution, Moline, tell the crew Devon said hello.
On John Deere Road.
On John Deere Road in Moline.
I gotta say that's probably I would have to claim that as my hometown dispensary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We love that. I no disrespect to any of the other stores. I'm happy everybody's supporting the industry and the clients, but I've worked in one of those stores and I've been to a lot of other stores similar to the other one. I've been to the other one, but I don't know.
The other one.
Terrace.
Okay.
No issues with them whatsoever personally, shout out them. Hope they do great, but we just want people to be comfortable of all walks of life, all ages, all careers, all
Yep.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
I don't want
absolutely.
any.
It's for everybody.
Yeah, I want your grandma to be able to come into our store and feel just as comfortable as your granddaughter coming into our store. So the staff's trained that way. To try to make everybody comfortable, make the environment, across everything. Don't make anything uncomfortable. It's cannabis. It should be the cool.
Right.
It should be the coolest, funnest, laid back, most enjoyable place to be. You're never going to leave there upset, and that's my goal.
And that's what we're trying to promote, and to that effect, I want the same respect as other things that you have to be 21 to enjoy out in public.
Absolutely.
You
I
can shut down. To mention a competitor, the dispensary's having a 420 event on 419, and they've invited us to stream live that day.
Yeah.
But now you can shut down the street and have alcohol and beer garden, but they're not going to let you shut down the parking lot and smoke weed, even though it's on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, it's crazy how over the years, alcohol, just because it was a business and because those businessmen enjoyed it so much, it got destigmatized and normalized. And, my generation grew up with parents or aunts or uncles blacked out, doing very ridiculous things in the home almost nightly and just causing issues at home and really affecting a lot of our childhoods. We grew up with a lot of alcoholic type things that was normalized, and it was normal. It was legal. So
I know the dumb shit I've done on alcohol.
Oh, me too.
I've had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. Alcohol is fun.
Oh,
I'm not going to take anything away. But,
absolutely. But let's give cannabis the same opportunity. Like my parents growing up, going to restaurants, Olive Garden, smoking or non. I'm a 6-year-old, smoking please. Slide my dad the ashtray, you know?
Exactly.
And then he's ordering a beer and my aunt's ordering a glass of wine, and that's fine, but I come anywhere in public smelling like weed and I should get frisked and, you know, searched and questioned and made feel uncomfortable. I don't
At
think.
the bowling alley, we still had the pulled the cigarettes
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I can go buy
I
cigarettes.
I
for
grew up on the
$2.
I grew up on the horse racetrack like that, and they still had all that too. I mean, hell, the gas station around the corner from my dad and Silvis would let me walk in with money, and my dad wave at him from the car, and him give me the cigarettes.
Yeah.
That shit's not happening anymore.
yeah.
Right.
You know, so I'm not saying we need to do that with cannabis, but let's not look at cannabis as such a bad thing anymore. Let's, you know, realize that it has a lot of medicinal value. It has a lot of recreational value too, and a lot of safer recreational value.
Small town I grew up in, the grocery store. It's a town of 600 people, similar to Kentucky. But
Kentucky, I love that.
well, we don't say where we're from. It's Kentucky. It's a mythical place.
I love it.
Yeah. Dick and Dank.
We have Kentucky Claus that lives across the
Yes.
street that mows his grass usually when we try to do our shows.
That's fantastic.
Big old fat guy with a big old white beard.
Right outside the garage when you're right as soon as you hit record.
Yep.
Right? What are you going to do?
Offer him a hit of the joint, and maybe he'll shut the lawnmower off and he'll sit down and
Right.
Well, since we started our show, I have run into a lot of people in this town that smoke weed.
it's crazy.
Probably more people in this town that smoke weed that don't smoke weed.
Yes.
Well,
To
how
be
about
honest
that?
with you.
And every year a new person tries. You know, I really got to experience that when I started at Nature's Treatment. Not going to drop any names, but within the first 3 months, my high school health teacher walks in with his wife and gives me a big hug and tells me he's so proud of me. That's such a cool feeling.
No shit.
Such a cool feeling. You know, like it's hard to explain that stuff until you go through it. You know, a lot of people just being stoners, smoking a joint aren't going to have that experience. You know,
Yep.
the approval of you doing what has been dismissed your whole childhood from your high school health teacher, who
Yep.
was the one giving you all of those dare drug classes, you know?
Well, funny story about that. I'm going to be extremely vague because I have friends
Of course.
that listen to the show, and I don't want to tell somebody else.
Nobody else listens to this.
I do have a few friends that
Okay.
also. Anyway, my high school health teacher, I was going back and forth on X with here a couple of years ago about telling an old coach of mine about what I use this for because it helps with my pain and all this other
Right.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so, long story, and he was like, he will flip his lid. You better not tell him that. So I was like, all right, whatever. Well, then, not long ago, he told me about his kid that uses it for PTSD. And,
Yep.
and PTSD.
Yep, you
I'm
got it.
stoned. I'm fucking it up. Anyway.
You got it.
And like how much it's helped him. And I'm like, holy shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The reason is people aren't talking about it, and that's why we say, come on
That's
our
why we're
show
here.
and talk about it, because let everybody hear your story. One, it helps us grow, because you come on the show and you're going to tell everybody, hey, listen, I got this podcast, these dipshits in Kentucky, Dick and Dank. Every time I tell people about the podcast, what's it called, Dick and Dank? They're like, what? What?
But that's why it's good.
Dick and Dank, man.
It's-
DickandDank.com.
It's catchy. The whole store is talking about it today. I'm literally clocking out to leave, and they're like, "Is it going to air live tonight? Where do we listen to it? Go get them, Dev. You're going to do great."
Oh, that's awesome.
So I mean, what
We're
we do.
not live yet. We're growing to that. You know, we're building this. So we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary.
That's awesome.
You'll see here we got a whole catalog of episodes here. We're up to you
wait
will
till
be
like
episode 20.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's our year 1 final episode.
Sweet.
Love it.
Celebration, and you brought us a gift to celebrate. He's lighting us in. I mean, you know, because of the delay in the recording, by the time this airs, this is our anniversary episode.
I love it. Pre 420.
Yeah, you're our final episode of our year 1, pre 420. And then we'll be streaming live on 419 to kick off year 2 of Dick and Dank.
Sweet.
Woohoo! We made it a year. We've
Yep.
got a website. I've got over 4,000 followers at Mr. Dank on Instagram. I believe you're probably pretty close.
I don't know.
I didn't
3,000,
wanna-
4,000?
I sent you a text message about one of them. I won't mention his name.
Oh,
in
I-
case he does listen.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with him?
No, but we got to talk about that to see
I'll
what you're
talk
talking
about
about.
it now. But
Thank you.
I'll smoke some spicy dunker in honor of the last episode of the season. That is delicious.
What is it called?
Spicy dunker. So that's the michelada across the Oreos, which is secret weapon in cookies and cream. And my tongue is covered in creamy, gassy, fruity, skunky.
I'm glad you added the last words after creamy.
Gassy, fruity, and skunky for sure.
Yes. I'm glad you just. I just didn't want you to stop.
Just stop at creamy,
on my tongue.
and then moist and
With
something
they're
else.
just three guys here. Yeah,
I get it. Definitely.
No
can't.
offense if that's your thing. I'm just saying.
Creamy, moist, and sticky. No, it definitely. I'm getting gassy, fruity for sure from the GMO and that.
I've smoked one old school joint in my life.
Well, there's number 2.
Here's number 2. Do you know? Are you on Instagram?
I'm enjoying it.
I am on Instagram, Gambino with an E at the end.
Are you familiar with Daily.Homegrown?
I'm not.
He is a local grower. I don't know if he uses his name, so I didn't want to say his name. But
Understandable,
anyway, he's an old school pothead, old school stoner, and he's who's teaching me how to grow.
Very cool.
So, anyway,
I love it.
If you knew him.
No, I might know him, his actual real human name if I met him or,
His
know.
first name's Kyle.
I probably do know him then. Yeah.
All right, so you have an Instagram. Is that your personal or is that for the store?
That is just my personal. It is my career, my cannabis and fishing Instagram. It's not directly dictated towards business. It's just me. It's my life. So you can see everything I've done, all the grows I've worked at. There's not a whole lot of dispensary stuff on there, more cultivation stuff. But
All right, so as I'm trying to learn how these things works, the likes, the shares, the follows, whatever. So after the show, I don't know if we're following each other on Instagram or not.
we will be after this.
Right. I want to make sure we're following each other. We can create the story and share it, whatever.
Love it.
But then how to attach, like on our page to his page and, things like that. To put a logo down on our website, your logo or something.
Yeah,
Or at least with the episode.
I feel like it would just be like my Instagram at Gambino handle.
Well, I'll attach it to the episode for sure.
And then if we, we can just shout out Revolution on it. And you guys know where to come down and find me. RevCanna.com if you want to look for our locations. You can see all the menus and stuff on there. But
you got several, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think we have 4 or 5 in the state
where
right
are they
now.
all now? There's
We have a Schaumburg one, a Mount Prospect one. We've got Maryville. We have Normal. I want to say that's it. And Moline. I'm trying to think. I might be forgetting one. And then we do have one out in Maryland that is doing really well also.
that's cool. All of those or just the one here?
I only manage the Moline location.
And you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Now,
I
I've been
appreciate
leaving my
that.
stickers periodically. The little small, so these are 2-inch stickers, the first ones?
Yeah.
Is that what they are? And then little tiny ones. So if you see them out and about, though, you see our logo, same as our website, same on my email. I use it everywhere because that's kind of like our business card, calling card, if you will.
I have a stack of them back in the back. I will gladly hand them to any cannabis advocate or activist type person who I think you guys would enjoy.
Thank you very much.
There's our card with just general info on it. It has nothing with mine on
that.
there, but that's our location and address and everything like that.
I appreciate
Right
that.
on.
I want to get some personal business cards made here soon that are like GM discount cards. So it's like, hey, I bumped into you out at a restaurant. I told you what it is. Here's $20 off your first visit or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I still got
Fantastic.
to get that approved from higher ups. But hey, if we bumping at a restaurant, let's figure something out.
See, so same thing we're doing. So if this is before the 419 episode, we have these brand new 3-inch stickers. They're
1 inch
gorgeous.
bigger.
So
Don't ask how I know it's exactly 3 inches.
Bigger is better, baby.
bigger is better. Sometimes. I'm not going to say all the time. Allegedly. Anyway.
I tell my wife that, but she doesn't.
She don't fall for it.
No.
They're big stickers, but we're going to be out there at in Fulton on 419 and streaming live on Instagram. But if you come up to us that day and say, I love Dick and Dank, oh, Dick and Dank, you're the best, whatever the fuck you want to say, get a big sticker.
Well, you can't say we suck, probably.
You can't.
He just said whatever you said, so you guys
Yeah.
have to honor it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Way to fuck up.
Well, it's going to be live. They say what they want.
Will this come out before 419?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
We'll talk to Jeff, and if anyone's real assholes about it, we'll get security to push him out to
either
the
way, I'll
parking
be
lot.
recording it, and I want to record clips so we can make promos out of it. Like, oh, I listen
Yeah.
to Dick and Dank all the time. or
Absolutely, yeah.
Hell
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Trying to use my radio background.
Tell you what, you got a great radio voice.
Well, thank you.
Like,
You have a
fantastic.
great radio face, too.
I agree. Thank you.
You know
Thanks
what?
to the
You really do. He's not lying.
You
appreciate
fucking
it.
blame everything on your accident.
You gotta have something.
I forgot to put deodorant on today. Well, I have a brain injury because of my accident.
Quick shout out my girlfriend. She's a model, and she just did the calendar for Dwyer and Michaels. So you're talking about radio voices and stuff.
No shit.
Yeah.
The
So
car calendar?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. She's in. Her name's Mara. You can see her in
Mara.
there. Yep.
I
Well, I'm
dig
a
it.
fan of Dwyer Michaels.
Yeah, I got to be around them a little bit as she was working with them. So the radio voice thing, I get it. It's cool. It's cool how naturally you guys can click into it and turn off the jitters and shaky voice and just go
You
right
gotta
in.
have to.
And I'm sure after a year of doing it, that probably gets natural. Same with me. I mean, what we do is not an everyday easy thing. We deal with 600 to 700 people every day. Some of them are 21, some of them are 121 and have never used cannabis before. Some of them use it and think they know more than you. But it's cool to be able to make that my everyday. I wake up, take a shower, get dressed, put on my work clothes, but I'm going to a dispensary.
Find a job you love and never work a day in your life. You love what you're doing. You love the product. You believe in it. I used to sell all kinds of jobs I had was selling. Unless you believe in the product. I mean, if you're really good at selling and you're an asshole and you don't mind lying, you can sell anything.
Right.
But if you believe in the product, it sells itself.
And if you sell something that's helping people, then it's even better.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's just eliminating the stigma, and I think that's what we're trying to do with this show.
And
Again, we mentioned the accident. He makes fun of me, but I was on the pills, and we're promoting, pot versus pills. You don't need all those anxiety drugs and everything else. I just smoke weed, and it's done wonders.
Yeah, going through my cancer treatment stuff, I had to have my tonsils taken out because they thought that my tonsils showed up on like a cancer screening. It was tonsillitis, but they thought it was recurrence of cancer. So they didn't know that.
The infection probably
exactly,
shot the white blood.
exactly, and it glowed on the thing. So they didn't know it without taking them out that that's what it was. But they gave me 2 pints of liquid oxycodone syrup and prescribed me to take 5 to 10 milliliters every 4 to 6 hours for as long as you're in pain.
You were flying.
Dude, I was laying in bed like a Houston rapper for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I was sleeping nonstop, and it got to a point where it was just a syringe, and you put 5 milliliters down your throat because I had holes in my throat. I'm 22 when I had this done, so it was bad.
Right.
It gets to a point where after 10, 14 days, you're not doing it because it hurts. You're doing it because your body's like, I can't get comfortable unless you give me a dose, brother.
Yep.
And at that point, I'm mixing up Sprite or hot tea and putting my 5 or 10 mils in it. And it's like, you really start to feel where it gets bad, man. You want to be a junkie or anything like that, but the doctor just prescribed you 14 days oxycodone syrup.
Right.
You're just in like a little miniature heroin experience there.
Right.
So trying to get off that stuff, I found myself waking up in the middle of the night wanting to sleepwalk to the oxycodone bottle in the kitchen.
No shit.
I just started making edibles because my mom, being a nurse, she's like, Dev, you're addicted to that. You got to stop. Like, you got to cold turkey that. You're going to feel withdrawals. It's going to be hard. You can't keep taking that like that. It's been 2 weeks now. Well, I made some really strong brownies, and that withdrawal effect, she was right. The first night, writhed and rolled in bed, squirming around, could not get comfortable. All I could think of was, I want that syrup. Ate that brownie, and 20 minutes later, I woke up 10 hours later.
No shit.
So that cannabis really helped me from not falling into that opiate addiction cycle. And I firmly believe if I wouldn't have cannabis in all of its different forms that I could, I don't want to say play with and have fun with, but cannabis is fun. They've made it. There's a lot of different varieties and ways to consume it, and it's almost a hobby now. Like, you don't have to be a junkie and a tourniquet hiding off in a corner somewhere. And like, if someone is dealing with that, I'm thankful now we have these locations where people can go and buy legal cannabis.
Right.
A heavy dose RSO syringe, or a heavy indica edible, might hit someone who has that type of addictive tendency just right to help them not use that. And you do that long enough, eventually you don't have those withdrawals, you get that shit out of your system, and you're just eating some gummies. You're not doing the crazy stuff anymore.
Right. Well, and your bud tenders are knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And can help whoever pick.
Yep.
And it's tested. So you know what's there.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to worry about some dickhead bringing in whatever, you know?
I mean, everybody talks about in high school they bought weed that smelled like gas. Well, it was literally wrapped in plastic and smuggled in a gas tank across the border. That can't be healthy for you.
Right.
And who knows
That's
what
hilarious.
that cartel or
Sad,
whoever
but-
was
Right.
spraying that crop with to make sure that the bugs died on it, Like, we could have been smoking weed pre-legal testing era that was definitely sprayed with Roundup and had no idea.
Right. Which definitely causes cancer.
100%
but
causes cancer, no doubt.
we know now. Yep. It wouldn't have had Roundup on it because I would have killed it. But
Right.
the sediment stands.
Yeah, it could be Agent Orange. It could be,
Yeah.
I don't know what all kinds of shit
Who
back
knows
in the
what
day.
they use down there?
Yeah,
right?
it could be anything. They could literally just be spraying gas on plants because it kills bugs, but they don't kill the plants. Who knows?
You know what I smoked my first weed in? A gas bong.
Yeah,
A
man.
bong made out of a gas can.
Yeah, and you don't
It
even
was
think about
new.
it. Yeah,
I hope so.
But I'm just saying.
I hope so.
I mean, in high school,
Allegedly?
allegedly.
It was funny. We were just talking about smuggling it over and smelled like gas. Mine actually was smoked in a.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in high school, I was taking apart every ink pen that my mom had from the doctor's offices, trying to find the metal tube one or one that wasn't plastic that I could smoke out of.
How did you use that? See, I wasn't a pothead. I wasn't a pothead until I got old. So what do you use the tube for?
Just find a metal tube, and it's basically your one hitter. It's like taking
like stick it in
taking
the
a
valve.
socket and putting foil in it or something, or take a socket and it's like a bowl. You can
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can make a bowl piece out of a
Borrow
socket.
No, I'm good.
Dude, we can make some crazy bongs out
Oh,
of
we
anything
make
in this garage right
crazy
now.
Shit.
You know
Because
what?
I'm a new stoner.
What we ought to do, this would roll into the dabs episode.
Oh, I'd be glad to help with that one.
We should do an episode where we like make bowls out of
You
random
know what?
shit.
If he saw how I
knows
did
what-
it, he would probably laugh I'm teaching you, and he would laugh my ass off. 'Cause I
Prometheus
was
and
just
Bob
trying to
doing
figure out-
dabs.
Oh, it was
Well,
bad.
we were, we had the little spoons, and put the little dab in there, and had the tube and a blowtorch so I can heat it up real fast, get it glowing red, and just trying to
Like a nectar collector, kind of, but
Yeah, but
it's
then
almost
we-
like you're freebasing something.
Yeah, that's what it was. It looked like you were
Exactly.
doing smoking crack.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, I'm tipping it too much. He's like, you're tipping it wrong. And I'm like, I'm doing it wrong.
That's episode 2, if you want to listen to that.
That actually is a pretty funny one.
I love it.
We're so stupid. That's why
Right.
it's
Well,
funny.
so then, then we're too fast at it or get too close, so it sucks it all up into the tube.
Yep.
And then we're like letting it drop down to the hits and.
You guys are really having fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun, that's a way to describe it. I don't know. I would describe it that way.
Yeah.
I was annoyed, but
I could definitely bring a clean rig out here and a torch and give you guys a dab 101
Well,
if you'd like to.
episode 5, we fucked around with moon rocks.
Okay, that's
I
fun.
usually break them up and mix them up with stuff, but this one we just
Lit
smoked
whole?
it whole.
Yeah, we didn't
And
know.
we're like, it tastes like butane.
it tastes like, it tastes like butane.
Yep.
That's because we had held the torch on it for an hour.
So
to
he
get it
probably
smoked.
would have made fun of us there. We took an episode on our boat, a dank-isode. I said episodes on the 7s are dank-isodes. We went on a boat. I brought all my equipment.
I love
the
it.
mic up and floating down the river.
Till we got
Smoking
hung
weed.
up on the edge of the Mississippi.
I love it. I've always been told to start my own podcast called Bass and Grass because that's the only two things I'm really good at in life.
See, he can fish. Next episode, dank-isode, next in the water episode.
Let's do it.
5-pound bass, 5-gram joint. That'll be the second episode of that season.
Okay, hold on. Tell me how that works.
I catch a 5-pound bass and then we roll a 5-gram joint.
I like it.
But you got to catch the bass first.
We can talk about that.
All right, do we need to shake on this and make it official?
Deal.
All right,
Hands
we're
are
gonna
shook.
have a dank-isode this summer, weather permitting. Obviously, we'll find a day, but we'll hook up. I'll bring the equipment. We'll record an episode while he's fishing and catching a bass because I don't know where to go find them.
Well, he said they're right by here, so
No, I'm sure.
We could probably walk from here right now and I could catch one off the bank.
no shit.
you're that good.
I'm that confident.
Well, he
So
knows
again, oh man,
It's half about knowing where to look.
Yeah, and
Right?
I've literally won a tournament down at the end of the street before,
All
so
right,
I've got,
so-
I've got
awesome.
confidence. Yeah.
if you want a good laugh, you'll laugh at us if you listen to episode 2. Then you'll laugh at us at what was the other one? I don't know. Oh, the moon rocks. I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
make them laugh.
Yeah.
But then I can open my tackle box and that'll make you laugh too. I'm sure.
Just by looking in.
Oh yeah, it's like, you fish? What the fuck?
I'm
Oh,
sure.
I forgot we talked about ice fishing.
Yeah.
That's how we first
ice
met.
fishing.
Yeah, I
is
showed you.
fun.
I showed you that picture of that 7-pound, 3-ounce bass I caught.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah,
now.
because you were going up to Lake of the Woods, or
Yep. Which sucked, by the way. It didn't suck, but it was.
We were supposed to do an episode while you were up.
Yeah.
So
I got
another
sick.
idea for an episode. Let's do an ice fishing trip up north and do a hot box ice hut episode.
We gotta. Okay, we gotta
Find someone cannabis friendly. I've already got it covered.
Oh,
I have a guide in Michigan who will immediately hook us up with that.
that we can smoke in the.
Yeah. I have a steelhead guide who I went to go meet. I booked for a fishing trip up there when I worked up there, and I meet him at 4:00 in the morning at the ramp, and it looks like I'm staring at myself. I mean, he looks like a twin of me, and we both kind of look at each other weird one eyes, and he goes, 420 friendly, if that means anything. And I just spun around on 1 foot, walked back to my truck, grabbed a book bag, and this man and I smoked probably 20 joints that day while we caught 15-pound steelhead. You know, it was cool.
No shit.
Yeah,
420 friendly. That was another ask. Was how do you alert others in the room when it's time to go outside and smoke up, like a smoke poke?
Yeah.
Or I got to go talk to Ted. So.
Yep, my dad, he said in the bars whenever it turned 420, he'd just yell social really loud and get up and walk out, and a couple people caught on.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Social.
He didn't have to yell,
because
let's
it was
go
that
get high,
420.
you know,
How old's your
social.
dad?
He was born in 66, so
Oh,
he
okay,
will
good.
be
He's quite a bit
60
older.
this year,
He's quite a bit older.
59 this year.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to say, oh, he's like 50. Make me feel old.
Hey, I don't know, people all the time like, how old are you? Because they think I'm in my late 30s, and I just turned 30 this last year. People are always surprised.
Dude, anytime you want to come fishing out here at the end of the street, come on out. We'll record a podcast.
Yes,
That
down.
would be...
Do you know the guy that owns the airboats? Our whole childhood, we call this, or high school, we call this airboat slough, not Kentucky slough.
All right.
It's the guy that owns all the airboats at the end, you know. We got to find him. We got to get to his dock. That's where the fish are.
Okay. They like shallow water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It warms up quicker, so they move up here right first thing in the year. Usually when the ice is just starting to thaw out, the fish are moving up in here.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'll
My
be
boat
damned.
is still in storage
Right.
because I'm not a fisherman. I'm a pleasure boater.
Is it a fishing boat, ski boat?
Pontoon.
Okay.
It's a fucking
My neighbor's a
badass.
fisherman.
What motor do you have on it?
250.
Yeah.
I was just like,
50-mile-an-hour pontoon or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
it's impressive.
That's fun.
He was going down the river. I'm like, I don't like this. This is way too fast.
Yeah.
So stable though. I mean, I love it.
The Kentucky Cruiser.
It's
That's right.
great for smoking weed off of.
Absolutely. Well, I also have a small little the little portable Blackstone, so we can cook out there too. That's what the Michigan Fishing
Got a
Guide.
little, Weber.
Nice.
Charcoal. Yep.
Yeah, the Michigan Fishing Guide. He's really big on taking a flat stone, and we took filet mignon and asparagus, and yeah, we did bacon and eggs. We had 3 meals out there while fishing one time.
I've
So,
eyeballed that little flat stone. I want it, and I've yet to pull the trigger. I want to get a table I can mount on decent. So I
Oh,
can
yeah, yeah.
grill while like in the pits.
yeah,
Yeah.
the pits are good to fish in too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you know how to fish.
Because it's so deep.
Yeah, deep and sand and clear.
What's in there?
Bass, walleye, striper, cat, anything that swims.
Really?
Any fish that. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if things, stuck in there.
All right. So then, if we're on fishing talk, then so bass fishing
Mm-hmm.
lures.
Yeah.
What kind of?
I used a little bit of everything. I caught a 6-pound, 3-ounce bass yesterday on a little crawdad imitation. So it was just like a 1/2-ounce skirted jig with a little crawdad pincher trailer on the end.
Did you catch all that?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
He caught a big bass.
On something that looked like a crawdad.
Okay.
So
And he was pulling a trailer while he was doing it.
I could probably find them.
the trailer, definitely. My friend's uncle sunk a bunch of Christmas trees this winter after Christmas. He collected all the community Christmas trees and put them all on cinder blocks and sunk them. So we just went and fished all those Christmas trees, and every tree had big fish on it.
I was just wondering if that, because they're waiting to eat the smaller fish that come out of them.
Yep.
I got you.
It's his natural structure. Wow, the Coke can rips. You call it the sex toy, though?
He calls it a sex toy. I don't know why.
It looks like one.
Silicone curved for his pleasure?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Speaking of, I saw a meme the other day. It talked about something about passing a joint and smoking weed with a smoking weed, passing joints with a generation of people that eat ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was like a light bulb going off or something like that.
Fuck.
It was crazy because pre-COVID, obviously, COVID changed everything for a little bit there. But pre-COVID, everybody was passing joints and ripping vape pens and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I worked out at the cultivation at that point. So, we're 150 of us out there growing. Everybody's got vape pens. As soon as
Okay.
COVID hits, everybody's like, I don't want to pass my pen to you.
Right.
So,
Like, fuck you.
yeah, like a week ago, we were all sucking on this thing, no problem, Like, now, why are you looking at me all funny?
Speaking of, it's bullshit that you can't smoke at the dispensary.
That's
like
a
I
s-
get it. Like as you're in there, like if you got a whole bunch of people order, I get that. But like,
But they won't let you out front.
They need to do something similar to bars with consumption lounges where they lay off of it a little bit. And it's okay for you to drink 1 or 2 beers and go drive or home, right? No one's saying anything as long as you're not over 0.08.
Right.
So that's the only reason they don't do that, because they don't have that test for the police to really figure out he's had 1 joint or 2 joints. They don't have any. And cannabis is so different than alcohol because, I mean, alcohol, yeah, you have strong beers and you have light beers. You have a 3% beer and you have 11% beer. Well, cannabis, the stuff you guys grew up smoking as kids, if you did, was 3%. It's 30% now, so it's 10 times stronger.
Right.
So it's hard to really, for law enforcement, to gauge how high is somebody and are they safe enough to drive. And we all know that type of stuff has a lot to do with tolerance and body weight and,
Absolutely.
you know, whatever. But
It's a field sobriety test. It's as simple
I
as
think
that.
so too, exactly.
Can
yeah.
I touch my fingers to my
Yeah.
nose? Can I walk a straight line? Can I react to
Am
your
I keeping
questions?
eye contact? You're having
Right,
a conversation, you know,
absolutely.
like,
Right.
yeah, I think the
It's
same.
as simple as that. If I can, if you can give me a physical test to show that I'm fully functioning to the ability that I need to be to drive a car or operate a motor vehicle, then I'm just fine. So
And
that's not
that's
the issue.
that's the society that I want to experience for 15 or 20 years, is where there's 30 different businesses within a 30-mile radius that you can go smoke cannabis at. Because
Yep.
right now, how many different businesses can you drive to within a 30-mile radius and drink a beer at? Probably a
right.
lot more than 30.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Donnie,
Not
at the
one you
Edge.
can smoke weed.
Right.
Have you been to the Edge?
I have not.
You should go to the Edge for one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the
They-
#1 dive bar in America in 2023.
Okay.
I think he just
They're
missed
trying
it
to
for this year.
Oh, he didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I don't think he got it.
Amazing brat patties.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the jalapeno brat burger, oh, so good.
Okay.
I just had it yesterday.
Comes
And
from
the-
Stashoes,
Has he thought about stashes?
which is right across the parking lot, basically.
Yeah,
from
they're
Revolution.
no longer doing pizzas down there anymore, but I think he's still doing sausages and stuff like that.
And he
Yeah.
hand rolls his own crab meat rangoons. With a sweet berry sauce. They're so good.
Yep.
So stop there, right
Yeah.
before the bridge in Rapid City.
Okay.
Anyway, he's been on a couple episodes. He has a medical card. I think he's probably all the area's dispensary's top points earner. They're up there
Yeah.
for sure.
Number 1 loyalty points.
Yeah, so he's been a big help for our show and trying to get the word out there. But I was talking to him. I want to get like a room out back. Like I want a weed room. Like this is a bar. I want to be able to go out back to the weed room. If you don't want the smell and interact, but you had a smoking section when tobacco was legal in restaurants, why can't we have a cannabis section? You can put up a door with a filter, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they have the hookah lounges down there in Rock Island. You could sit down there and hardly even see across the table from tobacco and shisha smoke. Like, let me
What the
just,
hell is shisha?
I think it's tobacco, but it's the flavored stuff they put in hookahs. I think I could be pronouncing that completely wrong. I'm not a,
Now you like to roll it in paper.
yeah, my girlfriend definitely likes to smoke blunts, so we smoke, you know, swishers and stuff at home quite a bit, but I prefer just to roll papers if it's
I
just me.
fucking love blunts, but I don't know how to make them. And
You got a cigar? I'll roll one right now for you.
damn it, no. But
I could,
I feel like we speak the same language a lot. I feel like we're gonna become friends.
yeah,
so eventually
absolutely.
we'll-
It's funny when you meet people and right off the bat you're like, are we related? Were we related? Were our relatives related or friends?
Right,
Or yeah.
right.
No, I've definitely got a gang of people that might just be the cannabis community itself. Truly, is you find people who have been around this stuff so long, maybe thought a little bit differently and
It might
not so close-minded, and
it might be the old stoner genetics.
could be too. Yeah.
I have
Was your dad a stoner?
he was
Okay.
not a big stoner, but I recently met up for coffee with my grandpa's 94-year-old cousin.
Okay.
And Gene was telling me stories about my great grandpa and great grandma and everybody. And
Smoking hemp with George Washington.
no, but not that much. But just that my family liked to party. And
Okay.
I made the comment of, I was like, what
kind of party?
I thought it was this family that made me crazy, wild and crazy. But I really think it's both sides. Well, he also grew up with family on the other side of me. And he's like, well, let me tell you a story about your Uncle Dick. And I was like, okay, so tell me a story about Uncle Dick. He goes, so we were in, I don't remember what grade it was in, but they were at a dance. And in our hometown, the prettiest girl in school was a dentist's daughter. And everybody was trying to kiss her, but she wouldn't kiss anybody. So this must have been in elementary, like 5th or 6th grade, now that I think about it. So I guess my Uncle Dick walked up to her, gave her a big old kiss, and all the boys, he got back to the boys, and all the boys were like, how'd you do it, Dick? And Dick says, I walked up to her and says, honey, get ready, because I'm coming in, balls and all, and just went in and gave her a big old smooch.
Man.
So anyway.
5th grade, yeah, you got some great genetics in you there for sure.
Yeah, so long story short, I think my family likes to party.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a quote. I'm trying to think of what movie it was from. If I rack my brain, I might be able to. The Freddie Mercury Queen movie they made, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
At one point in that movie, Freddie Mercury has a whole table, of cocaine. And someone looks and sees it and kind of gives him a look of disgust. And he smirks and he says, the human condition requires a bit of anesthesia or something along those lines. And by Lord, does that have some fact to it? How many people are going home and slamming a shot of Captain or a shot of Jack right away just to calm down the effect of life from that day or their last 50 years, man? If I can smoke this, if I can spark this joint and get halfway through it and put it out and realize, time to eat and love on the dog and the girl a little bit and go for a walk, go fishing. It's a lot different than taking a shot and going, I'm going to go punch a hole in the wall or go,
oh, man.
I've never gotten violent off of smoke. Yeah, I've never gotten violent off of smoking cannabis. It's always literally
it's a calmness.
Yeah, it takes most of the symptoms and edgy feelings of life away, if anything.
Do you need a different lighter?
Yeah, that works. What I need is a poker.
I got it.
Yeah, so back in the day, obviously, if your girlfriend is a model, it's a model, whatever.
Yeah.
She's probably an attractive woman.
Absolutely.
So back in the day, without weed, you'd be at a bar drinking with her, and you'd be getting in fights because dudes would come up and hit on her, and not that you'd be an asshole necessarily, but
just attracting dumbasses.
Right.
Where now we don't even leave the house because we're so stoned on the couch with the dog. We don't even need to.
Chilling.
Yeah.
And you're clearly a successful stoner.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's.
And that's, again, what we're trying to advocate for. I work in customer service while smoking weed.
Yeah.
Don't say where I work, but they stopped testing for it.
Yep.
Because they're based out of the state we're in. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to say names, but the former mayor of Moline, who may have recently just passed away, hit my Volcano vaporizer bag with me in my friend who had muscular dystrophy's basement at the age of 80-something, telling us his stories about when he taught at Moline High School.
No kidding.
Just because you like cannabis doesn't mean you have any bad thing in your body whatsoever. There's no relation to cannabis and evil. There's just not one.
No.
There is a relation to cannabis and a stigma and people demonizing it, but that's based off their own ignorance and what they've been told. And Reefer Madness, it really worked, man.
Oh, yeah. It's still working.
So when I was a kid, my grandma and my mom took me to California, and we got to see William Randolph Hearst Castle. That's the bastard who owned the logging company that launched the Reefer Madness campaign because paper would have been way cheaper and easier to make out of hemp.
Yes.
So let's smear hemp because it's bad. It's cannabis.
Yes.
It's marijuana.
Yes.
So I literally got to see this asshole's castle with golden pools that had a zoo in his front yard, all on Reefer Madness because the logging industry blew up.
So how many people are dead because of that guy?
I can't imagine.
You know what I mean? Millions.
Yeah, and cancer is getting bigger and bigger and bigger in today's age, more and more and more. We really need something that helps with all these nasty side effects of it and gives people strength to eat and still have any bit of positivity in their body to keep pushing on, because let me tell you, that shit's tough. You really don't know if you're going to wake up the next day type stuff, but pop a 10 milligram gummy or a little piece of chocolate or take a rip of a vape pen and play some fucking Jimi Hendrix and let's get it, baby. Let's start to live, can't tell you how many walks and fishing trips I went on when I was actively doing chemo treatments because weed made me want to do it. Not because I felt great and just was living life. I felt like fucking shit. I thought I was dying. But half a joint made me want to go fish for 4 hours, man. I had so many good memories and experiences from that. And if cannabis saved my life, it's because of that. It gave me that little light in my brain to want to keep going.
Right. Even if it's, like you said, even if it is just that, is it not worth? You know what I mean? Okay, so let's just say we're not going to do it rec. I mean, which is stupid, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Let's just say you can't deny that for the medical aspect of it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with me, I went out to Cincinnati last week because I've got neck and back issues. Yeah. And my arms are going numb and all this shit, and they can't help me. But if it wasn't for weed, I would be dead from popping pills.
Yeah, they'd probably prescribe you anything you wanted right now. You could, with your medical history and the appointments you've been to, you could probably today, within the next hour, go get Percocet or oxycodone or whatever, and they wouldn't bat an eye at it.
Right.
But man, 10 years ago, you're hurting and you're in pain like that, and you go get a bag of weed from your buddy just because it helps, but you get pulled over on the way home.
Yep.
15, 20 years ago, that was a whole different night and day thing.
Actually, you know what? I got to back up. I got to say that that's actually not how it is now. I am struggling to get pain medicine.
Because of how much is going on, they're afraid to prescribe it.
Yep. And because I am open and honest about using weed.
Absolutely. I didn't think
my
about that.
pain doctor won't give me narcotics.
Yep.
Now, if I said, nope, I don't smoke weed, how much alcohol do you drink? Oh, a 6-pack a night.
Right.
I get whatever I wanted.
Of course.
Yeah,
it's similar to the guys with CDLs. I feel bad for them. My girlfriend's dad's a truck driver, and he got screwed, man. Like,
I had to give mine up to get my license.
Yeah, he had a random drug test, and I think he was just like playing with weed and failed a drug test, and now he's on this program where he has to get tests all the time, and certain places won't hire him. But man, he can have a drink every night.
Yes.
He can have 10 of them every night.
He can park his truck in the parking lot of the truck stop and drink a 12-pack in his truck.
And like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're talking about that. I'm sitting outside by the fire smoking a joint, and he's upwind from me because he doesn't want it blowing in front of his face. But he's drinking a Jack Daniels drink, looking at me going, man, I wish I could trade you.
It's ridiculous.
When I was your age, I'd smoke 10 joints a day. I'm happy-go-lucky, never getting mad, pissed off, anger regulated, enjoying my life with my wife and kids and shit. Now, I cannot do that stuff. I literally will lose my job. I will not be able to work, won't be able to pay my bills. But I can have 6 of these tonight.
I'll drink
problem.
alcohol and be angry.
Yeah, I can have
pissed off.
I can have 6 of these tonight. And I feel bad for anyone who could benefit from cannabis that is unable to use it because of some stupid stigma or make believe thought from a company. It just free the plant, really.
Yeah.
Free the weed.
Well, Dank and I have a mutual friend. Well, we have several mutual friends, but
This Closet Gremlin tastes like, 1 second for the Revolution Cannabis Closet Gremlin review. GMO secret weapon cookies and cream. So that's GMO and Oreos.
Well, what do we think of the first one? I
Fantastic. That one was great. But this one, really, I'm getting the garlic out of.
Yep, as you say that.
If you are a GMO enjoyer and you know that garlic funk, that is heavy
this is
on
what
that.
I was going to say. Let me taste this one first.
Oh, he's going to fucking...
Cannabis connoisseurs like wine connoisseurs. It can literally just taste like, red wine, but you can say it's subtle hints of California Concords with a hint of Massachusetts sea breeze,
Right.
No, I'm going to say this. I prefer this tool. I bought this.
What am I looking at?
He's fucking Mr. Gadget.
Oh, what are those called?
Genius pipe, maybe? So, yeah, it's 3 pieces. It's a little dirty, but yeah, it's 3 pieces. So you put it there, pack your weed in there, and then I can just smoke some and close it.
Snuff it real quick.
I feel I can taste the paper when he rolls it, and the pre-rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to smoking this, I automatically taste the paper that it's rolled.
So I'll tell you, a lot of papers are bleached paper, and it's not that great. There are a lot of companies that are going to organic non-bleached rice papers and organic non-bleached hemp papers. That's what I purchase.
Okay.
So like Revolution, I don't know if you guys ever bought the party packs for a while. Tales and Travels party pack. It came with matches and rolling papers and mouthpieces. Well, they use the Element ultra thin organic rice papers in them, so it's not bleached. It's not from a tree essentially.
Okay,
So yeah, certain stuff you will taste that. Like if we smoked a Swisher Sweet right now filled with weed, you just taste the Swisher Sweet.
Right.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand why you prefer, a small piece like that. I know some people who smoke out of a glass bong and clean it every single rip because I don't have that patience.
I hate cleaning it, but because it's metal, I just heat it up with the butane and it just
Wipe it
wipes
out.
right out with the paper towels. Like, done.
That is genius.
Yeah.
Shout out the Genius Pipe.
Right. Now, I have one that's a flat, I call it the Amazon remote.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, this fucking guy.
The TiVo remote.
It's like fucking living
I like to try shit.
It's like living in a fucking, what do I call it? A sharper image fucking catalog.
That's funny.
Whatever.
The first, I don't know how many episodes we did in his office upstairs. I think Banjo finally got smart and was like, "Fuck you guys, get out of here. Our house smells like weed every time you do this."
Absolutely.
So now we're out here. But anyway, and then once it gets warmer, we'll go out back. But anyway,
We'll go to the Edge on a Monday. When they're
every
closed.
time I would walk in up to do a fucking another podcast, there'd be some weird fucking gadget on the floor. And I'm like,
new
"What
smoking
my
apparatus. Oh,
My back. It was long and cylindrical.
it's a
had
sports
big head on it.
massager. Okay,
This is the
Personal massage.
this is the Amazon remote,
it is.
and again, it's 3 pieces like that
Thank you.
where it's probably
That's
see,
good
it's
weed.
dirty. So yeah, you can slide it up and light it through there, or light the whole bowl. But then it opens all up.
Do you know what that one's called?
Fucking cheese.
Is that
slicer.
called the Amazon remote, or does it have
No,
a brand
that's
name?
what we call it.
Is there? Do you know the brand name of it? 'Cause I feel like I've seen both of these devices on Instagram as like advertisements. Because
I
you know,
got this in the shopping mall.
you know how you get geared advertisements based off of what you search or
Yeah,
what gets
yeah.
talked. All my shit is smoking devices and fishing
Sure.
and fishing lures. So I
Makes
feel like
sense.
I've seen 1 or 2 of those on
You know,
Instagram.
people hate
for it.
that it listens to and picks up on that. It's like, I'd rather you advertise the shit I'm interested in. I don't want any shit for I don't care about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
unless you don't want me to look at your ads.
The internet radio ones are always funny. We'll be playing them at work. Someone will have Pandora playing, right? And they don't want to pay for it, so it has free ads, but they're logged into it. And it'll be like, play 2 happy-go-lucky songs this morning. It's like, do you feel like you have schizophrenia? And everybody just stops and looks at each other. It's like, hang on. Close that, reopen it.
That's
Or
hilarious.
come up with some crazy STD advertisement. Like,
Right.
It's like, what is going on, man?
Oh, that is because they're playing stripper music in your place.
Probably not. I try to not do that.
Yeah, I know,
occasionally it does.
Last
but
week I walked
there-
in there and I was like,
maybe got back or something.
I know it was like legit. Like
I
this
can't
is
say I pay attention to
fucking
the music.
stripper.
See, I
sex music
try so
shit.
hard not to do that because I did walk into a competitor's dispensary before we opened to just kind of secret shop per se, you know, and just see what the experience was. And right when I walked in, it was a lot of cursing, you know, vulgar music with a lot of crazy lyrics. And immediately I was like, dang, my grandma, my uncle, my mom, my cousin would be uncomfortable with this. So, you know, we try to throw on the Eagles or some Pink Floyd or
This
some 70s,
wasn't like
but
this wasn't in bad taste.
Yeah.
It was just in my head. I was like,
it had the unts to it.
it was more sex music.
All
it
right.
was more relaxing sex music than it was.
I'm
But
trying to put you at ease.
yeah, you know, like the back room.
That was
dancing
that was
music.
the Indica playlist on a Wednesday night. Maybe.
It might have been Wednesday.
I like how the website lets you filter by how you want to feel, though. I
Yeah.
think that's helpful for the people that are unfamiliar.
And-
so we're trying to educate.
The cannabis industry has really rode that super hard to market it effectively. You know, the indica, the sativa stuff, everything is, I want to say, honestly, hybridized at this point. It's all been crossed to something. Very few times are you going to be able to smoke something from the dispensary that is true, original, like land-raised genetic or something like that. Everything's been crossed to something at this point. So to call something a true sativa or a true indica, that's just
Not true.
guessing based off of the terpene profile. So if you see on these jars, it'll say it's super high in limonene and myrcene, things like that. Those different terpenes have different effects to them. Similar to like essential oils, people will diffuse lavender, feel very relaxed, right? Well, that's linalool. That's the main terpene that's found in a lot of heavy indica plants.
I like that you know how to pronounce those words.
No
They
shit.
just rolled right the fuck off the tongue. How many different terpenes are there?
Too many for me to even
Okay.
guess, but I mean, I'd say hundreds because there's
Some
terpenes,
left
there's
over we can put in this.
yeah,
Try it.
absolutely.
If you don't mind.
There's
Let's see
terpenes,
if you taste the
sesquiterpenes. There's all kinds of different things. And people really in the last 10 years are just starting to get into the fine science of cannabis, I would say, you know. This one's some old stuff I'd ground up from the other day, actually. Which one do you want to taste, the Gremlin or the Spicy Dunkers? Closet Gremlin is the heavy indica. Spicy Dunkers is the more hybrid, as we're talking here about it.
I'd say the more hybrid. I prefer. Indicas, yeah, they put me to sleep.
So yeah, this
I
is
take those
the
at bedtime.
Michelada cross.
I smoke so much weed that I don't look at the profiles on how it's gonna make me feel.
I really notice it in concentrates. So with dabbing, if I dab a sativa concentrate, you gotta think that's concentrate. So it's concentrated. That's a
makes
lot of terpenes in one little punch. Sativa concentrates, man, I can hit one and almost immediately be like chest poundy, sweaty, wanting to get up, walking around the house. I feel like I need to do laundry. I feel like I need to do yard work. Yeah. And other ones, those indica ones, you dab one of those and it's like night. My forehead starts to drop, or I get super munchies. I want to eat everything.
Okay.
I typically, I feel like try to stick with the hybrid stuff on that because you're going to get best of both worlds. And then I just find myself really goofy and just stoned.
I got you.
But ultimately, zero symptoms. No back pain, no anxiety, no discomfort,
Yep.
I've got a back injury from football. I was going to play football, high school, college. That was my plan. Got really hurt in 8th grade. That's why I got into fishing, and probably why I got into cannabis too, was self-medicating,
Yeah.
Like, dude, my back hurts right now. My tailbone still hurts right now from a shot in 8th grade,
Wow.
So.
I have a bulging disc, and he's got his neck fused together. Old broke dick neck. Broke neck dick.
Broke neck dick.
Broke neck dick.
Wait,
Shout out
it's
Broke
not-
Neck Dick from Kentucky.
We're not doing a movie.
Oh. Okay, then.
Or a reenactment of that movie. Yeah. I love you, but I don't love you that much.
Dick and Broke Dick-Dank Strike Back or something.
Right. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I gotta take a leak.
Where are you taking it?
I'm gonna take it out to your grass.
Take it for a walk.
Yep. I'm gonna water your grass.
Let's see if you notice the difference through there. I hit things pretty hard. I think that's my issue.
A lot fresher on it for sure. Like I can actually taste green plant, I feel like.
Yeah,
Not the leaf or the paper.
right. It feels more natural to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I use. I take that, hit the butane, and man, it hits hard. And see, I was the hand grinder, but now I went with the electric.
You got the electric spice grinder, okay.
Yeah. Amazon. I work from home, so Amazon's my favorite friend. Let's go shopping. You go on Amazon and you search herb grinder, and you have all kinds of weed grinders come right up, electric or.
So that's my experience every Christmas is my dad lives in Kentucky, my brother lives in New York, so we Amazon pretty much for Christmas,
Yeah.
So for my dad, it's always, stoner gifts on Amazon. And you're right, they have every device you could ever dream of and stuff that you should never dream of for cannabis.
Right there. Even glass products.
Yeah. I got my dad a really cool Cheech and Chong kit for Christmas 2 years ago, and it was just Cheech and Chong branded everything: rolling tray, lighters, grinders, papers. And him and I got to meet Cheech and Chong when I worked at Nature's Treatment.
Really?
Yeah, he bought tickets for us to go see them live at the Riverside Casino, and they did us. Oh yeah, it's smoke down here for sure. And we went to the casino, got to see Cheech and Chong do their little 2-hour stand up set with Tommy's wife. Super cool. It was really cool.
So you met them in person?
On the way out, there's a table, VIP meet and greet, $140 a ticket. And I'm a fisherman. This is not a fishing story. This is true. I'll call my dad and have him vouch for me right now. We're walking by the table, $140 a ticket. My dad's like, fuck that. We walk by a slot machine. He throws 20 in it. He goes, just for shits and giggles, let's see. $280 he hits for a voucher.
No shit.
I shit you not. We turn around, go straight, cash it, go straight to the table. We're like, can we get 2 tickets, please? And they're already lined up, getting ready to go down the thing, done. They're not selling tickets anymore. And they look at us like, yeah, 2 more. So why not? Okay. So we're the last people in line. We wait 45 minutes as people are meet and greeting with them. We're the last ones. We got to hang out with them for 45 minutes.
No kidding.
I got to tell them my personal story with my cancer stuff. I got to tell them my story with running the dispensary. Cheech was really funny. They were like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Moline. Cheech's like, Moline, man, I've been to Moline. No kidding. So fucking funny how it's just classic. But yeah, dude, they're kind of like the Jim Belushi thing. They're laid back. They're normal ass people. Tommy was really cool. He was talking to me personally about my cancer stuff. He was doing intravenous THC infusions, like mixed with saline type stuff, like IV bags basically of THC for his cancer treatments.
Holy shit. For cancer treatment.
Not just for getting bombed.
That's why I was like, oh my God, that means bad.
Do you know how high you would have to get though while you're doing that?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
I mean, think of anything they give you IV, through a surgery, how much heavier that hits you versus a pill.
Right.
IV THC, bong.
Oh, I wonder if it'd make you sick.
And he had prostate cancer. Oh, I'd imagine you probably puke green out, per se.
Right.
But he had prostate.
out?
Yeah. Instead of blackout, green out.
Never done that.
You white out. Eat too many edibles. You ever done that? Found yourself white and shaky and I don't feel good.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Like you faint?
You're not faint, but you might get a little queasy. You feel a little
fainted
cold, sweaty
twice.
on a lot of edibles.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Oh, I think I heard this story, but
Probably
anyway.
Unrelated to the cannabis.
Right. Yeah, there's alcohol involved with the cannabis.
So mixing cannabis and alcohol will definitely lead to increased effects.
It will
Yes.
fuck up your
It'll
day.
spin you off this planet.
If I start with weed, I'm great.
Yeah.
And I slowly drink alcohol. I enjoy
Yes.
it. And,
Yes.
I've been asking for the infused waters
Yeah.
everywhere I go. I don't necessarily want one. I just want to ask for it everywhere I go to get people to start stocking it.
Yeah.
But down there in Port Byron, there's a couple places stocking it. And then I know The Edge has it. And I ordered some the other. I had left a couple pack of stickers. I said, you go down there. I said, if somebody orders a Happy Water, give them a DICK&Dank sticker.
That's the Bent River Happy Water?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's now, it's called Bent. No, what's it called now? Bent Water.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
Bent
that.
Water.
Nice. Good for
Yeah.
them.
So that has real THC in it, not THCA or some fake
it's
bullshit.
probably Delta 8. I think
Right.
by law it'd have to be Delta 8.
But they call it THC on the can.
It's Delta 8 THC. So
Right.
what that is THC that is derived from hemp. It's like chemically altered to be THC. I don't want to speak upon it too much because I'm not too educated in that. But I know drinking a 25 milligram Delta 8 pop from like the Central Store in Moline versus drinking a 25 milligram medicated Keef branded drink from Revolution Moline, night and day.
really?
It's
Oh, yeah.
night and fucking day.
I've heard of
now,
that.
now, how much do those go for? I have yet to try those.
We've got 10 milligram ones. There's 100 milligram ones. We've got some brands that do like little shooters that are like 2-ounce shots. They go anywhere from, I want to say, $8 up to probably $20.
Shots I bought with the Uncle Arnie's or
Uncle Arnie's, I like them. They make bigger ones that are like actual drinks, the Uncle Arnie's.
Okay.
The shots are a little too strong for me with flavor wise.
Okay.
But the bigger ones have a good balanced flavor to them. But CQ is the brand of shots. It's just cannabis quenchers, what it stands for.
Okay.
It's a little plastic 2-ounce bottle, and it's got a little lines on the side of it so you can dose it. But they have 25 and 100 milligram ones. Really, really good flavor. Grab a Chick-fil-A lemonade and smack one of them babies in there.
I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Go fishing, get the Yeti, skip the whiskey and Coke instead. Just do a little bit of ice, a little bit of lemonade, one of them shots in there.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I've just been shooting them.
you can. That's what's awesome about cannabis, man. You can mix it, you can match it, you can do it by
Big Dave's
itself.
frying by himself.
They're great. Yeah, they're delicious. Revolution has a really good product called SURP, SURP, and it kind of is the healthy, more, I don't know, cannabis version of kind of what I was telling you guys earlier. The rappers, the Houston rappers.
Oh, yeah.
They were mixing codeine and stuff like that, syrup, sipping on syrup.
Oh,
So that's
yes.
a lot of the old rap songs. They're literally putting cough syrup into Sprite and drinking it and getting all woozy off the opiates. Well, Revolution has this product called SURP. They've had it out since the medical industry's been around. It's basically just a syrup. It's a simple syrup, sugar and water and flavoring and cannabis.
Oh.
You can add it to anything.
Coffee.
Anything.
In the morning.
They have a French vanilla
Fuck
flavored
yeah.
one for coffee. Yeah, the French vanilla one's awesome for that.
I have to have some now.
Yep, the French.
Start your day with cannabis.
That's specifically the sativa one. There's a rosin one that's indica. It's berry flavor. There's a cherry lime one that's sativa. That one's really
That would be
good.
You put it in a warm tea at night.
Absolutely, yeah.
cherry lime. Put that in a lemonade.
Cherry lime and a Sprite was what I did for my birthday a couple times. So yeah, I wouldn't drink on my birthdays. I would just get 2 bottles of syrup and 2 bottles of Sprite and go fish for 6 hours.
Now, for somebody new, the high that you get off of that, that syrup in a drink.
Yeah, it's a very heavy body high. Like people eat brownies in high school. Your friend makes a weed brownie and you eat one. You're like, whoa, it was all in the body, man. You kind of like feel like the Dare girl on the couch melting.
Yep.
But you can dose it. So 1 teaspoon might be 10 milligrams or a tablespoon might be 30 milligrams, So you can drink a little bit in your drink or you can drink the whole bottle. So you can,
got you.
you can dose it accordingly. But one little small teaspoon, just feel like eating a gummy or two, but drinking it hits you differently, a little bit quicker and a little bit, I think you feel it more.
Okay.
But drink the whole bottle, 100 milligrams, that hits you quick and heavy.
Do you think you feel it more drinking it than you do eating it?
Quicker, I would say.
Quicker. Okay.
Quicker, maybe a little different. I don't know the science behind it. It has maybe something to do with it absorbs through the stomach lining rather than having to go through the liver and actually be broken down.
Oh, that makes
Because it's
sense.
not food
It's
attached
easier.
to
It's what do they call it?
bioavailable.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of companies add coconut oil or MCT oil
Yep.
and lecithin to their edibles to make them more bioavailable, to make them kick in 45 minutes instead of 2 hours, things like that.
I got you.
That's where you get your like fast-acting nano edibles from. They've added something to it that just makes your body absorb fat quicker.
Lecithin. That's what I keep forgetting to add to my butter.
Yep.
Lecithin. How do you
That's
say it?
another thing. I'm not
Lecithin?
tomato, potato. lecithin.
Lecithin?
That's how I've always said it.
got you.
It feels natural to me, but I've heard people call it lecithin, lecithin.
Make up your own word for it then.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
the stuff.
The good stuff.
Yeah, they have soy and they have sunflower. I've been told the sunflower is a little bit healthier for you. So
Okay.
I purchase the sunflower when I do it. But yeah, I'll add a little bit of that to my oils anytime I make butters and things like that.
Do you think it does help?
Yeah, for sure. That's one
Okay.
thing I added when I was going through my treatments because I noticed, like, when I wasn't smoking, waiting 2 hours for my nausea and vomiting to go away from eating a edible wasn't feasible. I needed it pretty quick.
Right.
So I found out coconut oil and that sunflower lecithin or whatever, which was recommended to me by a buddy who really came to me with a lot of knowledge to try to help me. He's like, bro, you're sick. You got cancer. I want to tell you cannabis does this, this, and this, and you should do this, this, and this to your body. Make your edibles this way. Eat this every day. Shout out to that kid that did that. But he was the one who kind of turned me on to that. And yeah,
Okay.
definitely noticed it kick in way quicker and those symptoms go away way faster.
I got you.
Yeah.
I've just started kind of so I smoke a lot.
Yeah.
And I can't keep up smoking this amount with the way my neck and my back is. And they won't do surgery. They will do surgery, but once I do surgery, they got to fuse like where my neck meets the top of my spine.
Yeah.
1 or 2 below that, and then 2 or 3 above that. So like I'll be walking around like fucking Beaker.
Hurting all the time.
Right.
Arthritis.
Well, they say that'll help take care of my pain.
The nerve pain, I'm sure, will go
Yes.
away, but I got to imagine like just arthritis and like type of thing where in the winter you feel your broken leg from high school 30 years later type thing.
Yeah. But right.
Achy.
Right. So anyway, I've been kind of starting to do more edibles. I didn't used to do edibles because of, it's just like a pain pill basically.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point where I don't have a choice, so I'm going to have to do low dose.
Right.
50 to 100 milligram
Right.
mornings, just to get going.
Of course. Have you, we were talking about that Rick Simpson oil and the cannabis oil stuff before that I made on my porch when I was sick. Have you tried that before?
I have. It's fine. I'm not a fan of eating it, and it's expensive.
It's expensive, but there's ways that you can take it and turn it into a more utilizable form. So like we're talking about coconut oil.
Yep.
Get you some like vegan capsules or something, or you can use gelatin capsules if you want to. It doesn't matter. Just do a small batch of coconut oil mixed with that RSO and maybe a little bit of lecithin,
Okay.
and capsule those and dose them out. Figure if you make 50 caps out of an 800 milligram syringe, it's roughly X amount of milligrams.
Right.
And just start like medicating yourself like that. The doctor says, take a 750 hydrocodone when you wake up to get through the pain, and take another one at 2 p.m., take another one at 8. I know people when I worked at Nature's Treatment who I tried to put on little regimens like that with stuff. And one thing you should try is raw cannabis, THCA. So they say THCA has a lot of pain relieving, anti-inflammatory effects with no psychological like impairment.
So the shit that they sell at the gas station.
No. The shit right here, this weed, this bud, that's not burnt.
Oh.
If you would just grind this up and put this into a pill and eat it. I'm shitting you not. I had this guy, I will not say his name, but he was a local martial arts guy in the Quad Cities. And he was doing like mud runs and gladiator runs and shit like that, like obstacle courses. This guy's in his 60s now. He was coming in, he had a medical card for rheumatoid arthritis, and he was locked up in pain, hurting like crazy, did not want to get high, refused to get high. I tell you right now, I'm not getting high. And this guy was adamant, do not get me high, sir,
Right.
please. Don't want to feel that. I've never drank, I've never smoked, I'm not doing that. If cannabis is so good and so amazing, help me with this. So we tried topicals, and he'd say, yeah, it helps for 20, 30 minutes, but it's not doing what I need it to do. He came to me with an article that said like THCA is great for rheumatoid arthritis. I'm like, that's just raw flower. He's like, how do I consume that? I'm like, let's get you capsules. Let's take a half ounce of shake, sativa. It's this amount of THCA in it. If you make 50 capsules out of that, times your 14 grams in that bottle, that's how many milligrams you have total. divide by your dosage. He was taking 30 to 50 milligrams of THCA, I want to say like 3 times a day. And this guy was coming in for a year, 2 years while I was working there. He was like doing those obstacle courses with no issues. Said his pain was completely gone. He was very, and I don't know why I haven't tried it. Probably just because I'm a stoner and I like to smoke, you know, like you. I like to get buzzed.
Right.
That part of getting buzzed has been so normal to me for so long for like how I get to function that I don't know if just doing raw cannabis would cut it for me.
Yeah.
But
Takes all the fun out of it.
yeah, I've taken a week tolerance break before and, you know, went through that and reset and
How did that work?
good. I would say, you know, like it feels
A week?
Yeah, a week. I did it when I was up in Michigan when I was the head grower up there for Blue She right there towards the end. Took 7 days off straight. I noticed I felt so refreshed in the morning when I woke up, just like not groggy because you know how hard we smoke.
Right.
By 10 o'clock at night, I mean, compare it to someone who's been drinking all day and all night, I'm 15 sheets to the wind.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
throw edibles and stuff like that on it. So
Yep.
not doing that for 2-3 nights and just going to sleep natural, however, I'd pop up out of bed like that next day and be like, whoa, I'm not groggy and tired and I feel a little more uppity. You know, but come noon, my stomach's rolling. I'm not hungry. I'm nauseous. I want to puke. My back's hurting like a son of a bee. Like that's what I notice. My symptoms come back.
Yep.
And I'm like, cool. If I don't have daily chronic symptoms, I could do without this. But guess who has daily chronic symptoms and they're not going to go away?
Right.
You know, I've been to therapy. I've done stretching. I've been to ORA. I've done everything for my back that I can do. And what I'm doing now is the best for it, I found.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Huh. I might look into that THCA.
Dude, come,
Yeah.
if I would be very willing to try to help you figure out something with either THCA capsules or just RSO capsules.
Okay.
Because you might have such a tolerance now to where you might need the THCA, you know, or THC, I'm sorry. This guy had never had it before in his life, so his body didn't like want it or wasn't used to it.
I guess.
The THCA was like introducing
Something new.
THC to us for the first time, except we weren't laying in the back of our friend's car holding our side from giggling so hard. Wanted to go to Taco Bell. He's swinging from monkey bars with, you know, beating 20-year-olds in obstacle courses and stuff.
No shit.
So yeah, I think you might benefit greatly from the RSO capsules if we could try to find you a certain strain, a certain dosage of that. But I would be curious to see, you know, THCA just for the pain as well. Why not try both?
Right. Well, and that's the other problem with dispensaries in Illinois right now. I shouldn't say other problem. That is one issue with dispensaries in Illinois is it's hard to have a
Consistent.
yes.
Yeah. So that's cannabis in general.
It's not just here.
Yeah, it's not beer where there's a recipe. So like I'll try to break it down to you in a way where it makes sense. Plants grow in environments. You have to create an environment indoors for that plant to thrive in.
Okay.
Every building and business is going to do that with a different light, a different dehumidifier, a different fan, a different watering system, a different nutrient, a different soil line. They might train their coworkers to water for X amount of minutes where this other place, you know, it's all in process and stuff. So it's not a beer recipe. It's not even a baking recipe.
Well, even in the same
It's a
grow
crop.
facility.
It's a crop. You know how sometimes you get sweet corn? You get you can think of probably a batch of sweet corn you got when you were a kid that you're like, damn, I've never had corn that good in my life still.
Yep.
I can think of a batch of cannabis right now where I'm like, damn, I've never had anything that good still.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's the same way with bad, you know, like it varies.
No, I was talking more, and that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like availability of specific strains.
Yeah. So if you like sour diesel from up north per se, you can find it today, but you go back in 3 days, it's sold out, and then you got to wait 2 more weeks for maybe you see it again.
Yep.
Yeah, that probably just lies within like variety. They have to try to stock so much variety in these stores to find something for everybody. They can't get 10 pounds of sour diesel.
I got
like to be honest, when we're getting that stuff, like let's just go with that for example, we're probably only getting 24 to 32 eighths of it pre-packed at a time. So you're looking at 3 to 4 ounces.
Okay.
And we see 600 people a day.
Right.
So if I have 32 units, if a lot of people that love sour D that day see it and it's high on the THC testing and low on the price because of a discount, it's going to go fast.
I got you.
Has a lot to do with what cultivators on sales too. So like it's not It's definitely not like a pharmacy where you go get your medicine. They've always got your medicine, or they call you and they say, hey, we're out of this one, but it'll be back on Saturday. It's a crop that takes 8 weeks to veg out, 9 weeks to flower after that, 2 weeks to dry, 6 weeks to cure. You're looking at over a half a year to grow one crop, and it's going to be different every time you grow that.
Right.
Even if you grow it from clone and repeat it, like conditions change, lights lose their intensity, nutrients get mixed differently. There's so many variables that go into it, and I get that from working in cultivation.
I try and pick the names that I recognize that I know I've enjoyed, a lot of Durban Diesel or,
Yeah.
certain names and varieties. Like, all right, I know I like that, but
I'll give
it'll
you-
be mixed with other thing. I've heard Girl Scout cookies is great, but I've never seen it.
I'll tell you, Girl Scout's a great strain, and it's in a lot of crosses and stuff now. We have a lot of Revolution genetics that are crossed with Girl Scout cookies. We have one called Mochi Runts or Moki Runts, however you want to pronounce it. That's a heavy Girl Scout cross.
Okay.
That one, you get a lot of the flavor of what Girl Scout cookie tasted like back in the day. When people say, oh, that tastes like, good Girl Scout cookie, that's that flavor right there.
I got you.
Man, okay.
I would say advice for at least my dispensary is if you come in and you want to try something new and you want something bomb, ask your bud tender, what do you think the best stuff is you guys got in the back right now? What are you smoking? What's your manager smoking? Because I can tell you, like, the managers at our store, they're all connoisseurs. We're
Connoisseur sauce.
Right.
something comes in that day, we're trying to get that order input as fast as we can so that we can cherry pick the first eighth out of there and go try it that night after work, which is exactly what I did today with Closet Gremlin and Spicy Dunker. 2 brand new strains that just hit the market. There's nobody else in the state besides a couple employees are smoking this tonight.
No shit.
Fantastic. And Dick and Dank are one of them.
And us.
Yep.
I like it.
Thank you for the record, by the way.
Absolutely. That was fantastic.
Absolutely. There is going to be another strain dropping, I want to say 421 the day after 420. They're saving it. It's called Recliner Glue.
I like it already.
So that might be one for pain relief for you.
Sativa, I suppose, huh?
I want to say that one's heavy indica.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Gonna glue you to the recliner.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how I learned indica and sativa.
In the couch.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling people,
But-
like,
I still,
But
absolutely.
our friend, mutual friend who I was talking about maybe I didn't anyway. Our friend's wife's brother is a big stoner.
Yeah.
And we were watching Tugfest fireworks. And
beautiful.
yeah, and we were talking about, there's an old oak tree in his mom's front yard, grandma's front yard. And I was like, I wonder how many fucking people, like old people, like
How high are you?
yeah, that's exactly what it was. How high are you? And he's like, so then he goes, what are you smoking? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't ever remember. This is when I was kind of newer into it.
Yeah.
And he's like, indica, couch. And I'm like, oh, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never found a good like saying for sativa other than it's just like coffee. It's like that's your energy, it's your get up and
Yeah.
go. But indica is always in the couch.
Yeah.
That locked with so many people. Because trying to educate people at Nature's Treatment when it first became legal was challenging. You're
bet.
you're educating 65 and 70-year-old people on what live resin batter is. They're
Right.
like, huh?
We're still trying to learn.
Why do I need a blowtorch?
Yeah, there's so many products I haven't even tried. But,
Yeah.
there's a few I have, and we're a fuck around, find out kind of mentality. We made one of the episodes. We made a weed blower out of a weed
Love that.
blower.
Love that.
So there's pictures on the website.
That was with Donnie.
But this is Devon Gamboe, General Manager, Revolution Dispensary. Go check him out. I always say, see your bud tender, ask questions, get curious, fuck around, find out. They'll help you out. Tip them well. They're there to help. Find us on Spotify. Like and follow us on our website. Instagram, Dope Discussions, _Dick and Mr. Dank 5. YouTube, Mr. Dank 5. And Blue Sky, Dick and Dank. We are DickandDank.com. Go see Revolution. Devon Gamboe, do you have any final words for us?
Thank you so much for having me out. If you have questions about cannabis, ask just with an open mind. Go to your local dispensary, try to pick their brain. If you think it's a bad thing, please educate yourself. It's not. Come on down and say hi. We'll take care of you.
Fantastic.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
There's a place that'll
later.
make you glad. Tell you stories that you wanna hear, like what snacks go with beer. La 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 la. show. DICK&Dank.com or something.
I like it.
You know?
Yeah, that's
recording?
perfect.